Good everyone. In this video, we'll be looking at logarithmic equation reducible to quadratic equations. That is, there are some logarithmic equations that we can reduce to a quadratic equation. Then we will solve them in a quadratic form, either using factorization method, completing the square method, and the formula method. Okay, let's look at this logarithmic equations. Logarithmic equations reducible to quadratic. Reducible to quadratic. Amen. Okay. Quadratic equations. Okay. To quadratic equations. Okay. Look at these examples. We all know quadratic equations. Quadratic equations are of this form: ax squared plus bx plus c is equals to 0. True or false? Yes. So if you have equations of this form, these are quadratic equations. But if we have equations of this form, log base 10 all in bracket x squared minus 5x plus 94 equals to 2. These are logarithmic equations. Is that clear? So please take note. We will make use of this as an example. How can we reduce this logarithmic equation to a quadratic equation? Let's look at it. Okay, let's go. Okay. Find or solve for x. Solve for x if log base 10 all in bracket x raised to the power 2 minus 5x plus 94 is equals to 2. Simple as ABC. Amen. It's not difficult. Is that clear? Okay. So let us, before we can solve this equation, we need to reduce it to quadratic equation. Let's write solution. Solution. Amen. Okay. Log 10, log base 10, x squared 5x plus 94 equals to 2. Amen. Okay. So at this point, what you need to do, you take log on both sides. Since here is base 10, so take log of base 10 on both sides. If you take log of base 10 on both sides, it will now be x squared minus 5x plus 94 equals to 10 raised to the power of 2 because of taking log of base 10 on both sides. So this is x squared minus 5x plus 94 is equals to, when we have something of this form, this is the same as 10 times 10, this is equals to what? 100. True or false? Okay? So 10 raised to the power 2 is 100. So what we need to do here is for us to take this 100 to the left hand side, then equate it to 0. So now you can see that we have reduced this logarithmic equation to a quadratic equation. You don't need a prophet to tell you, true or false. This is a quadratic equation already. So our x squared minus 5x plus 94, if 100 crosses the sign of equality, it means to this left hand side it will be minus 100 equals what? 0. So our x squared minus 5x 94 minus 100 will definitely give us minus 6 equals to 0. You can now see that we have reduced this logarithmic equation to quadratic equation. So at this point, you either use factorization method or completing the square method or formula method, because it is not specified here that you should use completing the square method, factorization method, or formula method. You can use any one of them to obtain your x. So let us use formula method. Formula method is given as x is equals to minus b plus or minus square root of b squared, amen, minus 4ac all over 2a. Okay? Do you agree with me? Okay. If you agree with me, let us equate this equation to this. If you can see what I am saying, our quadratic equation is of this form: ax squared plus bx plus c equals to 0. Then this is our equation: x squared minus 5x minus 6 equals to 0. It means we equate this, equate this, equate this. So it implies that our ax squared is equals to x squared, isn't it? Then our bx is equals to minus 5x and c is equals to minus 6. So this and this will go. Your a is equals to what? 1. This and this will go. Your b is equals to minus 5. And our c is equals to minus 6. So this is how to obtain your a, b, and c. Is that clear? So if you agree with me, our x is equals to, what is your b? Minus, our b is minus 5 plus or minus square root of our b square is, b is minus 5 all in square, minus 4 times a is 1, then c is minus 6 all over, amen, 2 times 1. Are you feeling? So if you agree with me, our x is equals to minus times minus plus 5. So plus or minus, then take note, square root of minus 5 will give us plus 25. Then minus 4 times 1 will give us minus 4 times minus 6 plus 24. Amen. Plus 24 all over, yes, all over 2 times 1 will give us what? 2. Amen. Okay? So, are you seeing what I am saying? So, our x is equals to 5 plus or minus, what do you have here? 25 plus 24 will give us what? 49, isn't it? Square root of 49 all over 2, isn't it? Then, what is square root of 49? We know that 49 is a perfect square, isn't it? So square root of 49 will give us what? 7. True or false? So 7 all over 2. Then note that it says plus or minus. This implies that either plus or minus. So if we want to go by this, let's first consider plus. So it will be 5 plus 7 all over 2, which is equals to what? 12, isn't it? All over 2. So it implies that our x is equals to 6. Because 2 to 8 7, 2 to 12, 6. Then our x2, we are done with plus, isn't it? Let us consider minus. 5 minus 7, isn't it? Okay, all over 2. True or false? So here is going to give us 5 minus 7 will give us minus 2 all over 2. So 2 to 8, 7, 2 to 8, 7, 1. So our x2 is equals to minus 1. So therefore, our x1 is equals to 6 and x2 is equals to minus 1. This is how you are going to obtain your x. Is that clear? Then, for those of you who are still confused whether these answers are wrong or correct, I'm going to show you how to check. Let us try. Let's check. Check. Amen. Okay. Check. Let's write down the original equation, which is what? S squared minus 5x, s squared minus 5x minus 6 equals to 0. We want to prove whether these answers are right or wrong. Look at it. You know that your x1 is what? 6. So you are going to substitute x equals to 6 into this equation. Anywhere you see x is equation, or you can use this one, whichever one you want to use. At the end of the day, 0 equals to 0. The left hand side must equal to the right hand side. Okay, let's go by minus 1. Is that clear? So if x is minus 1, let us substitute minus 1 all in square, minus 5 all in by minus 1, minus 6 equals to 0. You discover that the right hand side is 0. Is that clear? So for one to believe that your answer is right, it means this left hand side too must be 0. Let's prove. You know that minus 1 raised to power 2 is the same thing as 1. Then minus 5 times minus 1 is going to give you plus 5 minus 6 equals to 0. Amen? Okay? So do you still need a prophet to tell you that the answers are right? You don't need a prophet to tell you 1 plus 5 will give you 6, isn't it? 6 minus 6 equals to 0. It means 0 equals to 0. This implies that your answer is right. So you don't need to entertain fear. You are correct. Thank you and God bless you. Make sure you share this video. For those who are finding it difficult to learn mathematics, to understand quadratic equations, logarithmic equations, that one can reduce logarithmic equations to quadratic equations. I think if you share this video to any one of them, they will really appreciate your effort. Thank you and God bless you.